Ever so often, our news medium has taken discussion to sex abuse, particularly child sexual abuse in St. Lucia. For people concerned like myself, I ask, what exactly is the country doing to protect our children? In a society such as ours, which does not encourage children to speak of sex openly, what is our expectation of a child reporting this type of abuse? How does the country educate parents and citizens of the presence of sex offenders in the area? Key professions such as public driving, where sex offenders are not allowed to hold posts, are we certain that this is the case? Do we know what a sex offender is? Can sex offenders be cured? Research has shown that sex offenders with treatment can learn to control their urges by removing themselves from the things or environment that would cause them to recommit. They are compared to alcoholics. A recovering alcoholic living in a bad environment will certainly take a sip at one point or another. However, in the case of the sex offender, the crime takes the lives of innocent children and they are not easily caught. Sex offenders have deep psychological issues. Whilst the minority in the right environment may learn to control the habit, the majority who seek the right environment to commit only gets better at committing the offense. Likewise, what if the sex offender migrated or was deported to St. Lucia? Does that make him less of an offender in St. Lucia? How much are we concerned about sexual abuse on children? Given the information readily available about sex offenders and the fact that televised advertisements state that one of every 10 children are being sexually abused, I have personal knowledge of much less than 5 in our St. Lucian society. Our society needs to be educated of this disease called sexual abuse. The names and photos of offenders need to be made public in some medium like a police website. Sex offenders are skilled at gaining the trust of their prey, children. Trust is the most dangerous weapon in addition to charm. Sex offenders with this quality are very often non-violent. Victims like children can easily be manipulated to consider the abuse love. Think of our teenagers as well. Our current action in St. Lucia is to protect sex offenders first, whilst we give lip service to child sexual abuse. This only puts every child at risk. I ask the individuals in authority and those who deliberately keep sex offenders in uncontrolled environments for the satisfaction of giving them a means to earn a living, whether in a school, public bus, church. Have you considered the many lives that can be damaged? Can we imagine how many unknown abuses happening right now? What treatment or therapy is available for sex offenders in St. Lucia?